The old house was built, according to the real estate agent, it was built in 1900. The unusual feature of the original house was that all the rooms were diamond shaped. So I lived in it for about 5 years before I demolished it. In that time, Vanzi Amiga asked me to put a mural on the side wall. So there was a 3-metre high mural on the side wall, which everyone in the neighbourhood loved. And, you know, quite a few people were a little bit upset with me for knocking down the original house. Most people, when they saw the new house, they were happy with it. The brief was to have an energy efficient home that was suitable for future disability access. I first read about the basic design principles of it's called passive solar heating and cooling when I was 18. And I've always wanted to build a house along those principles. And so finally, about 4 years ago, when I was 56, I finally got a start on the project. So the features of the house for energy efficiency were wider than normal stud work. And I made sure I did my own insulation, and I specified that there was to be no places where the carpenters obstructed the framework so you couldn't put insulation in. I made sure there was none of those. And I did the job myself because I didn't want to rely on someone doing it in a hurry. Double glazed windows, which are wood framed and tilt and turn, so they seal really well. Breathable walls, so the paint is breathable paint. I ended up having to do it myself because the paint is a little harder to apply than normal paint. One of the things about the paint is that because it doesn't have things like flowing agents and things which make the paint more elastic and easy to apply, those are some of the toxic chemicals that are in paint. So if you don't have those, it's a bit more of a job to apply the paint. All the northern windows have exterior blinds. There's no glazing to the west, which is the worst place to have windows because it allows the sun to come in on a hot afternoon. Minimal glazing to the east and minimal to the south. It's about opening up the house to the north, closing it to the west. Mostly houses are still built with the focus on facing the street. Concrete slab, which absorbs the heat when you've got the sun shining on the slab and then releases it during the night, so it evens out the temperature during the 24 hours of the day. E-glass, which minimises sun when it's shining straight through the window. In a standard house, usually you'd have the skirting boards made of MDF, the architraves made of MDF, all the kitchen cabinets be made of either MDF or particle board. So I tried to keep as many natural materials as possible. I tried to minimise the amount of MDF because MDF's got toxic binders and things like that in it which outgas into the internal environment of the house. So I've got a solid wood kitchen. I knew I wanted some brickwork in the house, and the bricks were particularly good because the brickwork's all salvaged from the original house, and we spent most of the summer of 2018 cleaning bricks. There was about 5 or 6, maybe 10 people that helped on the bricks, but this one guy, Graham, was pretty consistent, and we sort of worked through because I think there were 4,000 bricks, and on a good day you could do 200. If you buy recycled bricks from a dealer or a place that works in recycled bricks, you're likely to get a mixture of bricks from all different places, and therefore there's going to be some that are different sizes to others and stuff. Because these are all taken from one wall, they're all the same size, so it just made it a lot easier for the bricklayers to lay them. I don't want to forget that there was a lot of help from friends and volunteers. I had 4 volunteers who did a lot of work. So there was Helen Brown, who helped me do the oiling, Xin Wang, who did a lot of smaller jobs but over a long period of time, Graham Joblin, who helped me do the brickwork, and Malcolm. This guy Malcolm happened to sort of look through the window and saw me sort of struggling, and they knocked on the door and said, he was with his wife and he said, "Oh, we saw you struggling. I know what that feels like." And we just sort of got into a conversation. Then he said, "Look, if you need a hand, just let me know." And there was another couple that go past every day on their daily walk, and got talking to them, and he offered to come and help me. I think they might have thought, "What's this mad bastard trying to do it by himself?" And I really couldn't have done it without them.